Clooney, it's already known that the movie is a big hit. So, how come that the movie industry never wanted to support its realization?
Support what?
To support its realization, because we know that many actors and directors try earlier to start with that, but nobody is not finished, nobody started.
You're talking about with
About
Confessions?
Confessions,
Yeah, sorry,
yeah.
I'm confused just for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to do because it was at a studio, and there's a difference between doing independent films and studio films. And studio films, they don't really know. They need bigger sort of genre films to make, and this one sort of didn't fit into any category that they wanted to make, so they didn't know how to make it, and they put it into a turnaround, and the minute they did, I knew how to get it out and make it.
Is it true that the lack of money was the main reason for you to accept directing this movie?
Well, I told Harvey Weinstein, I sat him down and said, my pitch to him was I can do it for, 30% cheaper than anybody else because I can get everybody to work for free. So I did.
It is noticeable that you use technique and style which is used to enhance the story in the movie, and there is definitely some similarities to Soderbergh's works. Have you done that on purpose? And if you
Well,
did-
I mean, it's funny. Some people say that, but, Tom Siegel, the cinematographer, shot Three Kings, the film that we did, and Stephen used Three Kings as his sort of one of the things that he used to shoot Traffic. So it's sort of, that's the one style I think that we sort of shared through it. The non-linear storytelling, that was definitely his, but that was written into the script. I stole from a lot of other directors, though. I stole from guys from the 60s and 70s, Mike Nichols and John Frankenheimer. I stole a lot of shots from those guys. So it's more about those guys. I literally wrote a letter of apology to Mike Nichols. I told him I stole some shots from Carnal Knowledge, and I'm sorry.
Is it true that you did not care about the cast in the movie and you really think that the actors are just the tool to be used?
No, who said that?
I read in some internet interview.
No, that wasn't it. I've never said that. I'm an actor. I would never say that.
I know, because I asked you.
No, that's somebody made that up. In fact, I fought the hardest fight I've ever had to get Sam Rockwell to be in the film, because it's not easy to get the right actor as opposed to a movie star in the role, and to get the right actor was very difficult to do. No, I actually happen to believe that you put good actors into a scene and leave them alone, and they'll save you a lot of embarrassment.
How close is the finished film to your original vision of the movie?
Pretty close. I mean, I have storyboards. I storyboarded every shot, so I have 980 drawings, and we shot every one of them. And the editing process changed some of it, but it's pretty close. I mean, the fun part was to go back and go through those drawings and go, it's pretty much what we shot.
Since you had a limited budget, you had to call your friends who are big movie stars to play in the movie.
Yeah.
What kind of response were you getting from them?
Oh, since they've seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, they love it. They're all thrilled. I mean, you got to remember that Julie and Drew didn't do this as a favor. Every A-list actress in town, and I mean literally, every A-list actress called me about the parts, because those two parts are famous. The script had been very famous around town. All the actresses knew about the roles. They all wanted them. So they were thrilled to get it. The favors were Brad and Matt showing up. Those were favors. And they were all just thrilled to be, when they saw the movie and that they liked it,
This is definitely not typical American movies.
No.
And it's revealing a different pictures of Americans overall. Do you agree?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, they were sort of an indictment of American television, certainly, and American pop culture. But that's the fun of it, that's the fun thing to do, is to sort of turn it on and see her and make fun of ourselves a little bit.
Could you finally tell us if this story is real or not?
I don't know.
I know that you never asked.
I didn't ask him, and I don't know. My tendency is to think that he made most of it up. I can't imagine that it's real, but I thought it was pretty fascinating that he would make it up, if he would, because he's incredibly successful. He's incredibly wealthy and famous, and it seems strange that someone would make it up. So I wanted to explore that character. I think there's a good possibility that his hits were the American viewing audience. Those were the people he really killed.
How difficult it was to work on the set, since you limited number of takes?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, But, you know, it was never, we finished early, you know, we finished ahead of schedule and under budget. It was never, because, you know, sets are like home to me. I've been there my whole life. So we laughed a lot. I mean, most of the time we got away with having a good time, which is fun, you know. We had a great time shooting. It was never tense.
Both of the movies you are in competition for Golden Bear Award.
Yeah, I know.
How do you feel about it, and which movie are you rooting for?
You know, it's a funny thing. I'm thrilled to be brought into the film festival, but being in competition is always strange to me, because I think if you still think that what we do is art, and I really do think what we do is art, when we do it well, then it seems weird to compete, because I don't know how you compare art. You know, I don't know how the Van Gogh is better than the Matisse or whatever. And that's not to say that these are high art, but they're art. So I don't know how you compare them. I'm glad it's getting viewed by people here, and I think that's going to be fun. But I don't worry about the competition.
Thank you so much.
That's it?
No, that's it.
That was quick.
Let's go.
Well, I'm coming to Serbia now, I'll tell you that.